In this video, I'm going to reveal many of the strategies and the ways I live my life that have helped me stay stable. Nothing in this video is medical advice. I'm just sharing my lived experience of bipolar and what I've learned over the years. Strategy number 1. I have routines because it's nice to have a bit of order and it's nice to have kind of regularity in my life. It's good for the old brain, but I'm also flexible with them. If something happens and I go to bed later, or if I sleep in, I don't wake up when I want to, it's totally fine with me. It's not a big deal. But there's a certain freedom that I experience based around structure. Over the years, I've got to know the triggers for an episode. And by avoiding those triggers, then I can be much more stable. I never thought I would say this, but I've actually learned to respect bipolar. I don't love bipolar. I'm not throwing my hands in the air because I've got bipolar, but by giving the illness a certain degree of respect, it means I'm more likely to look after myself and I'm more likely to make good decisions. I don't drink. But I keep hydrated. I keep a mood diary and I journal as well every day, which is really, really useful in a practical sense because I kind of know where I'm at and I can go back and see how I handled certain things, but it's also quite cathartic as well. I think it's great to have a hobby. I make YouTube videos and I read books and I listen to podcasts, mainly rugby podcasts and comedy podcasts, but I love that. And I think it's really good to have something to just sort of wind down to and forget about the challenges of life. I've discovered that showing gratitude to people is really, really helpful. Makes my life easier, makes me happier, and obviously creates more of a connection with them. Thanking the bus driver for driving me is something I quite often do. Being polite to people in shops, I think, is really important. Just kind of showing people the respect and the time that we would like to be shown. I think it's a great habit to get into. On the one hand, it's not good to decide that our life's over because we have a mental illness. But on the other, it's also not good to have unrealistic expectations, particularly if we've been going through a bit of a tough patch. One thing I've seen with myself and with a lot of people with bipolar is that many of us are perfectionists and we have these very high expectations of ourselves, and that puts us under a lot of pressure. So I think it's good sometimes just to look around and think, you know, I'm good enough. It's okay. I don't need to be a huge, impressive success in life. And when I do that, it's, well, you can see it brings a smile to my face. Takes the pressure off. I've learned to be open-minded so that I don't kind of close the door on people and situations and opportunities that arrive, because I've discovered on my journey that a lot of things kind of come out of nowhere and they can be really helpful even if I think they're a bit strange at the start. Sense of humour. It seems like life is making sure that I laugh at myself. Now, if I'm depressed or if I'm in like a bad state, of course, laughing at myself is impossible. But when I'm stable, yeah, I have to laugh at myself because my life is ridiculous in many different ways. Yeah, it just helps. If we can laugh at ourselves, then life is better. Yeah, living with bipolar is better. I realise that mental health is a long game. It's a journey. It's not usually something that can just be mastered like that. And knowing that has made life a lot easier because it takes the pressure off. I've found that walking is really good for me because it's something I can pretty much always do. It distracts my attention from sort of being at home and thinking too much about things if I'm not feeling great. And it gets some fresh air into my lungs. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of walking. It's definitely been a powerful strategy. In the summer, I love walking barefoot. I think it's just the best, where you can like feel the ground beneath you and I feel like this, almost like an animal. It's such a cool experience. I also think it's very good for my core strength and my posture, my body in general, to not have like a slab of plastic or leather between my feet and the ground. I have learned to say no to things that drain me. When someone asks me to do something or an opportunity turns up, I take a little bit of time to just think to myself, is this going to be good for me, or is this not going to be good for me? I sometimes set myself achievable goals because it's fun to have goals. It's fun to move towards something, you know, whether it's writing something or whether it's creating a video, you know, I set myself goals, but it's all about progress, not perfection for me. And I try not to put myself under too much pressure. I don't always follow my own rules. This comes back to the rule of not being perfect. Yeah, I have these rules or these guidelines as guidelines, but there's no way I can follow all of them. I mean, hey, I'm not Superman. I used to compare myself with my friends, with my colleagues, with people around me. I expected myself to keep achieving and be a success, but I didn't have the capacity. And that hurt, as you can imagine. So I just learned to chill out and appreciate the little things in life and appreciate that there's no need to compare myself to other people. There's no need to try and achieve beyond what I'm built for. I can just be me. As much as I can, I do things that I enjoy. I can't always do things I enjoy. That's not the nature of life. But having things in my life that are good for me and they nurture me and they're fun, that makes a big difference. When I can, I like to appreciate the silver linings in life. I like to look at the good things and focus on what I have. There's a kid over there. Focus what I have rather than what I don't have. Now, this isn't some kind of toxic positivity where I force myself to see everything as wonderful. It's more of an attitude. It's more of a looking for the good things and not focusing too much on the bad things. I've learned to manage my energy levels a lot better. So if I overcommit, which I do sometimes, I'm able to be honest with people and just pull myself back a bit. Sometimes if I know I'm going to be busy, I even leave the following day kind of blank in my diary so I can just chill and have a day off. It's not always the easiest thing for me to do, but I'm getting better at it.